Ultamize. Here's a word that almost nobody uses anymore: civilization. Not as a historical concept, not as something the ancient Romans built, not as a political talking point, but as something that you and I are either actively maintaining or actively eroding every single day through our behavior, through our habits, through the thousand small decisions we make about how we treat the people around us. Now, here's the thing: civilization isn't a place, it's not a government, it isn't a set of laws. It's an agreement, an ongoing, informal, unwritten agreement between people that says, I'll make some effort to consider how my behavior affects you. And in return, you'll do the same for me. That's it. That's the whole deal. And that agreement is constantly under enormous stress, enormous stress. And the reason isn't that people have become evil somehow. It isn't that the world is suddenly full of sociopaths. The reason is that we've built, and this is important, we built an entire technological ecosystem that's systematically engineered to make you forget other people exist, to pull your attention inward, to make the screen in your hand feel more urgent, more interesting, more rewarding than the actual human being sitting 3 feet in front of you. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. Your phone doesn't care about the person sitting across from you at dinner. It really doesn't. Your notification system doesn't care that someone is mid sentence. The algorithm doesn't care that you're in a meeting or on an airplane or in a waiting room sitting 12 inches from another human being who can hear every single word of your speakerphone call. Now, technology isn't neutral. It's really, I promise you, it's really not neutral. It's actively pulling your attention away from the physical world and the real people in it. And most of us are losing that battle every single day, without even putting up a fight, without even noticing there's a battle going on. Now, here's what nobody wants to say out loud. When you lose that battle, other people pay the price, not you, them. The colleague who can't get through a single sentence in a meeting without you checking your screen. That friend who drove 40 minutes to have dinner with you and ends up spending the evening watching the top of your head while you scroll. The stranger on the train who has to sit through your entire speakerphone conversation at full volume because it genuinely never occurred to you that they didn't choose to be a part of it. The parent at the school play holding their phone up in front of 6 other parents who came to actually watch. The person at the gym who has claimed 4 pieces of equipment while 20 people wait. The dinner guest who spends the evening broadcasting the event to their Instagram followers instead of being present for the people who actually invited them. None of these people think of themselves as inconsiderate. That's the thing. That's really the thing. Ask any one of them, and they'll tell you they're a good person, a thoughtful person, someone who genuinely cares about others. And they're probably right in the abstract, but in the specific, repeated daily reality of their behavior, oh no, they're doing something very different. They're treating other people's time, attention, and comfort as infinitely less important than their own. Most of them have absolutely no idea. Now, let's talk about why this matters beyond just being polite, because this isn't really about manners. That's what makes the topic so much more interesting than a traditional etiquette conversation. Your behavioral habits, the way you show up in rooms, at tables, in meetings, on airplanes, at social events, these habits are forming your reputation right now, quietly, continuously, without any formal feedback, without any performance review, without anyone sitting you down and telling you the truth. People are making decisions about you based on these behaviors, whether to invite you back, whether to recommend you, whether to introduce you to someone important, whether to trust you with something that matters, whether they actually enjoy being around you, or whether they quietly start finding reasons to be somewhere else. Most of this never gets said to your face. People don't walk up to you after a dinner party and say, "You're on your phone the whole evening and it made everyone feel uncomfortable and unimportant." They just don't invite you to the next dinner party. That's how reputation actually works. Not in dramatic moments, in the quiet accumulation of how you made people feel over time, interaction by interaction. And here's the genuinely encouraging part of all of this, because there is an encouraging part, because most people are operating on autopilot, because the behavioral standards in most social and professional environments have dropped so significantly. The bar for standing out as someone who's genuinely present, genuinely attentive, and genuinely considerate is actually lower than it's ever been. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be meaningfully better than the norm. Right now, let's face it, the norm is pretty bad. That's the opportunity here. Not a list of stuffy rules, not a lecture on Victorian table manners, but a practical, modern understanding of the behaviors that are either building your reputation or quietly destroying it, one social interaction at a time. Civilization, note to editor, redo. Civilization requires something from you. It always has. The question is simply, are you willing to pay it?